Okay, so I was asked the question in A Course in Miracles. It says there's nothing more blinding than the perception of form, and I asked the question how that relates to how that statement relates to karma. Well, the karma is the, if you like, the limiting beliefs. You could say related to the guilt of separation and the identification with form and the structure of the ego, the huge identification with the ego as the self, as the limited small self, which then creates the perception of duality and the existence of living in a dualistic world where things are passing, transitory. And as I love what Buddha said, it's a world of old age, suffering, and death over and over again. By agreeing to stay in the perception of duality and illusion, or to continue this voracious addiction to being identified with form, rather than to let that addiction go, for it to dissolve. And I agree with Buddha. I love Buddha. In fact, I'm fully in agreement with him. And the only way to escape um, lifetime after lifetime of reincarnation of old age, suffering, and death is enlightenment, to finish it off once and for all. To let go. No, so I mean, what does karma mean? I mean, how does karma relate to the Course in Miracles? Well, it's the belief systems are related to karma, but you could say karma is a nice word. It's like, let's say I in a past lifetime I stabbed someone in the back, literally with a knife. And I have the guilt of that, and then I have the limiting beliefs associated with that, which are held by the guilt. That's a karmic event. So in this lifetime, I perceive that, from my limited self, everyone's stabbing me in the back, metaphorically. So you can see that that's related to karma. You could say that's a karmic event from the past that's coming back to be resolved. It is also full of limiting beliefs and the guilt that holds those limiting. It's all the same thing. But on a level compared to the statement, that blindness is due to the perception of form. Well, yeah, I mean, the addiction to the perception of form, the addiction to perception and the addiction to form. I am the body, I am the thoughts. I want to continue this existence of duality. It is actually the payoff of the ego. Are you willing to let go of the life? They took the hole in the donut. Let go that your ego is your life and let it obliterate, never to regenerate ever again, to reside in the infinite, formless, timeless place that is before birth and death, before form, before duality, or as Genesis said in the Bible, before the fall, before the fall into duality, where there is no guilt and one resides in the non-dual, the undying, a place before birth and death and suffering and old age and form. Anything, if you're identifying with form, of course, there's going to be suffering. It's an attachment. And all attachments at the end lead to suffering, depending on how strong the attachment is, whether it's an attraction or an aversion. So anyway, that's how karma relates to belief and limiting beliefs and guilt and the Course in Miracles. So they're quite intertwined. But for me, the core of it is letting go of identification with form, which is the cherished idea that you are the body and the thoughts and the story. And you enjoy sticking to that story of you're the body and the thoughts, even though it causes you endless suffering. You just want to go back for more and more of that and experience dualistic perception, because once you're the body, you will exist the ups and downs. It's like, oh, I'm a body, I want an ice cream. You're happy for 5 seconds, you've had an ice cream, then you're unhappy, you haven't got another ice cream. So that's the dualistic experience, ups and downs of duality. All right.